Back to Nj Ayuk, who's the CEO of African Energy Chamber. He's joining us once again from Johannesburg. Thanks so much for sticking around. So we've been trying to discuss at least whether there's a role for some countries in Africa to step in and replace Russian supplies to Europe if there is a ban on Russian oil and gas. What's your take on it?
It's going to be very tough immediately. You're going to need many months for African countries to be able to ramp up gas production. But don't forget, with LNG, a lot of the contracts that are already in place, they are long-term contracts, long-term offtake agreements that could really work. Right now, you've got Gazprom doing the offtake for the first floating LNG in Africa out of Cameroon. So that might be a possibility, but that is not enough. It's very, very small. African countries have had a tough time with gas and LNG development because of the massive underinvestment from oil companies and from European countries that have been blocking financing of gas projects in Mozambique, in Senegal, and Nigeria and other countries in the name of climate change.
Right. I mean, you have, as you're saying, some sub-Saharan African countries, at least, with massive gas reserves. But why is it that some of them have struggled to attract investment to build their gas infrastructure projects, to be able to supply to countries in Europe?
That had, number one, they have done, and they did not really consider gas as major because they were so happy on big oil money. Second issue that you have to pay attention to, there have been a massive shift when it comes to climate policy, where a lot of the climate activists have really pushed to stop exploration for gas. They've really pushed to stop any kind of investment going into upstream gas exploration and developing of that infrastructure. So they needed those financing to come right in to move that. But also the Africans have been responsible because they just have not done deals well. There is a slew of gas deals that are pending. Look at the huge amounts, almost 300 TCF of gas in Nigeria, projects being stopped in Tanzania, Mozambique. They need to move fast, and they need to fast track these projects and get it going and let the market forces really drive this. So it's not just a European blame for underinvestment. The Africans have been very bad at deal making and approving and fast tracking gas deals.
And just one more question for you, since I have you with us. Is there a role here, to what extent, excuse me, does perhaps insecurity in some parts of countries in Africa play a role in all of this and their development of the sector?
A big issue just when you come as compared to energy infrastructure. But the first thing you have to do is that if you start developing, you have a plan. And look at what is going on in Mozambique. It is being resolved. Look at the trans-Saharan gas pipeline that Niger, Nigeria, and Algeria are doing. That is going to be done well. African gas has low security risk, but also you need to really drive up investment. And a lot of it also is going to be done offshore with LNG train, and you can even ramp up with low security risk when you look at doing floating LNG that you can move into European markets. But you need to invest in it in order to get the benefits.
Thank you so much, Nj Ayuk, for speaking to us from Johannesburg.